So I was diagnosed officially about a month ago with ADHD. And some of the symptoms that I have that I've pretty much had all my life, but I've noticed that it's not kind of getting a little worse, was I didn't know that this was actually a thing because it's just been me, meaning like it's just been how I live. But one of the things was, oh, my hair, it's a mess. You just say things, right? So you don't really think before you say things, you just say it. And like, there's no pause between where you just give yourself a second, think things through. I tend to just say what's right at the tip of my tongue. Another thing is interrupting. I feel like I have to just say what I have in my head. I forget lots of things. I can't finish. If I read a book, I don't recall what I really read. It affects me a little bit, too, with having notes with me. My mind is always thinking about things, and I tend to, not really focus too well on tasks. Like, I know I have tasks to do, but I will like lose focus and shift to something else and then try to shift back. Or I do something called like hyper focus. So if I'm really focused on something, I can like just live in it and stay in it forever and never shift out. And then it causes other things to, fall back. If it seems like I'm not listening, I've heard people, say, you're not listening, you're not hearing what I'm telling you. And it's not that I'm not listening. I just like tune stuff out, not purposely. It's just, I just tune it out. I can be in a conversation and easily get distracted, or sometimes tune people out. And then, I'll go back to try to get in the conversation. Like, what did they just say? But my mind just shifts. And these are just a few things. I have many other things, but I just kind of live that. And all my life, pretty much. My sister mentioned something a while ago, and she was like, Jenny, remember when they used to call you Wild Woman on the rings at school? Because I used to be on the rings, and I would throw them and go all crazy because I just had so much like energy, I guess, growing up. One of the things too, I think, is like I turn to food a lot. I know people turn to food, for things too, and you could say, well, maybe that's not ADHD, but I tend to just look to food all the time. Like, I'm just trying to always, I don't know, feel something, fix something. So those are just a few of the things that I was dealing with. So anyways, long story short, I decided to talk to a professional. And in my conversations with the professional, they said, I really think that you have ADHD, Jennifer. And so they did some assessments and things on me, and came back with the diagnosis that I have it's called inattentive ADHD. And I think that's the right word. But anyways, I have ADHD. And I have a very high case. I mean, almost all of the assessments and the answers were full on for me having the ADHD, meaning like I answered yes to about everything. And I didn't even realize some of these things were ADHD. But was going back and forth talking to my husband and my kids, and just kind of trying to see, should I take medication, because that's one of the things. So I did some research and was praying about it, and I just felt strong about taking medication. And I'm usually not one that wants to take medication. My husband's not a medication person. Like, nobody in my family really, takes medication. My son doesn't even like to take Motrin. Like, my daughter takes it for her seizure disorder. She takes medication, but that's, for her not to, have any, she has to take that, right? But this was optional for me. But for the most part, people don't really take medications unless it's like absolutely, required. So there's things about Adderall, like it's meth or it's this or it's that. And so one of the things they say, though, is if you have ADHD, it doesn't affect you like that. So I got to a point where I'm like, I really need to try this. I really need to, see if it helps. So day one, today, I actually started it late. They want you to start taking medication early in the morning, no caffeine. But I started a really small dose, and I just took one at 12 o'clock. And I don't know about anybody else, but for me, within literally minutes, I felt a difference. My mind was just calm. I didn't feel like I had to think about this task, that task, this thing, and this thing, that thing, and then forget things. My mind felt calm. And I told my husband, I wonder if it's in my head. Maybe it is. Could be. I don't know, but I do feel different. I do feel just more calm. I feel like I can just kind of focus. I feel like I'm just thinking. All of the racing type things that were going on, I'm not feeling it. And I'm not feeling like so anxious to get back to have to do something, like finish something on my list. Yeah, so day 1, and so far it's been a great day today for me, with how I'm feeling, and I'll keep you posted. But it was a very hard decision to make, but I thought I would try it. What was it going to hurt if I at least tried it? So here we are. All right, keep me in your prayers.